Mr. Moderator, esteemed guests, religious leaders from the world, and ladies and gentlemen, gathered here for this ninth World Assembly of Religious for Peace, firstly, I would like to express my gratitude for giving this opportunity to speak to you all. I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to the Resources Guide on Nuclear Disarmament for Religious Leaders and Communities has been published, and I sincerely hope that this practical guide will be of service to religious leaders the world over who are working in their diverse capacities for the abolition of nuclear weapons. Nuclear weapons exist under the premise that they intimidate other countries, whereby enabling the nuclear weapon state to protect its security. However, we live in an age where even non-state actors can potentially possess nuclear arms. Nuclear weapons are threats to all life forms. It is not an exaggeration to say that nuclear weapons threaten national security rather than protect it. The problem that confronts the world today, be they economic or environmental or issue to do with immigrants, refugees to migrant workers, are increasingly issues that transcend national framework and boundaries and therefore impossible to solve through conventional concepts of national security based on the pursuit of national interest. In other words, we need to consider human-centered security that transcends national borders. This is none other than the concept of shared security proposed at the Eighth World Assembly, which involves collective action to protect all life forms and is what religious leaders should aspire to. In 1945, atomic bomb, the first nuclear weapons in the world to be used on humans, were dropped on the Japanese cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki for the sole purpose of never letting anyone experience the same hell on earth ever again. The A-bomb survivors or hibakusha have continued to talk about their experiences. They have demonstrated through their actions the philosophy of reconciliation rather than retaliation, underpinned by a strong wish for nuclear abolition. The average of hibakusha today is over 78. All of us share the duty of passing their voices on to future generations. In addition to being tools of war, nuclear weapons, if used, could have tremendous impact not only on human life, but also on levels of poverty, the environment, and ecosystems. These and other humanitarian impacts are today driving increasingly active moves by states, NGOs, and citizen activists to draw attention to the inhumane nature of nuclear weapons and to call for the abolition of nuclear weapons. On November 4th, a Japan-led draft resolution, United Action Toward the Total Elimination of Nuclear Weapons, which urged compliance with the Treaty on Non-Proliferation of Nuclear Weapons and efforts toward realizing a nuclear-free world, was approved by 164 countries and adopted at the UN General Assembly First Committee, Disarmament and International Security. This draft resolution is expected to be formally adopted at the United Nations General Assembly in December. As a member of the religious community, I welcome these global moves toward nuclear abolition. However, it is also true that inconsistencies remain within the NPT, such as allowing some states to retain nuclear weapons while banning other states from having them. It is also totally unacceptable that states possessing nuclear weapons are allowed to withdraw from the NPT while remain non-signatories. I made a strong point on behalf of religions about these issues at the review conference of the party to the NPT held at the UN headquarters in 2010. As a chemical weapons convention and biological weapons convention already exist, why can't we achieve the convention banning nuclear weapons and other type of mass destruction weapon? Is there not a need to review the NPT once more from the viewpoint of regions and campaign for a new framework? Each time I listen to the voices of the Hibakusha of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, who have consistently spoken up about their plights brought about by the use of nuclear weapons, I keenly feel the role regions need to play. Meanwhile, the threat does not come just from nuclear weapons, but also from the use of nuclear energy for peace. The megaquake and tsunami that struck northeastern Japan on March 11, 2011, triggered an accident at the Tokyo Electric Power Company's Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power station, resulting in radioactive releases and mandatory evacuation of more than 300,000 Fukushima Prefecture residents. No end is in sight for the post-accident cleanup operations. The fundamental problems of radioactive waste management remains. Everyone agrees still enduring different living conditions, and there are lingering concerns of the grave future effects of radiation on the natural environment and other aspects. The issue of nuclear energy is thus riddled with concerns for both the present and future generation. The main theme of this assembly is welcome the other. The other could be understood to mean not just the people who live with us in present, but people who are no longer with us, especially those who have met untimely deaths, hibakusha, victims of war and natural disasters. The other could also include the future generation of people. To protect the lives of the future generations yet to be born, I implore all of you here today to seriously recognize that nuclear energy itself may in fact threaten the lives of not just humans, but all living things, and to join forces with world's many religious leaders in taking the first step towards its elimination by supporting the abolition of all nuclear weapons. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.